Hello, it's me, Steve Schofield, talking about productivity at Launch High School, where we innovate, improve, and impress. This is important because many of you were drawn to the idea of Launch High School because of, sorry, I'm not sure what I'm doing here, because of the freedom, the flexibility, right? But as every superhero knows, with great power comes great responsibility. Oh, sorry, with freedom comes responsibility. So if you are not being smart with your time, with your freedom, then that's not good for you. You're not making progress towards graduation. You're not doing the things that you need to in order to be successful, not just in high school, but in life. So we have 3 things that I want to review with you that are going to help you be productive. The Google Calendar, making conference room reservations, and then Clockify for tracking your time. So the first is the Google Calendar. That is what I use the majority of my day. In fact, if I didn't have the Google Calendar, I would not be productive. So yes, I just admitted to being productive, and it's because of the Google Calendar. Very cool stuff here. So you're at launch on A day right here. You're Paro and Ram on B days. And then here's A day again at launch. You'll notice Paro and High, these are the exact times for, just kidding, I don't really know. But you see, it's here. It's not very flexible. This is the schedule. You're here doing PE from this time to this time. You're doing art from this time to this time. You don't get to decide this. You put it in your calendar, but you're putting it in based on what Power School says. So compare that to launch. And Paro one's great. Don't get me wrong. The boundary schools, you guys are awesome. But look at launch, you've got some flexibility. So you're in your advisory. We're starting right at 8:15. As soon as advisory is done, you're going to take some time and plan and set goals for the day. Meaning you're going to get on Google Calendar and make sure you've got something to do today. So this person has everything outlined. And the reason it's outlined, I mean, you have to have a plan. Otherwise, you're not going to have anything to do, or it's just hard. Without a plan, nothing gets done. Now, when you plan your whole day, does that mean it has to be exactly like this? No, oftentimes my day, it doesn't end up exactly as it was planned. That's okay. That's part of why I like the job here. But look at this. Math, you're planning 9 to 10 o'clock. Design project, that means you're in the launch pad from 10 to 11. Look what time lunch is. It's at 12, right? So you're saying I'm doing it here at 12 o'clock. But look at this one on Wednesday. Look, it says 12:15. Oh, that's weird. Because Parowan lunch is always from 12 to, you know what? Here, you just have that amount of time between 11 and 1. You get to take your 45-minute lunch break. And some days it'll be at 11:15. Some days it'll be at 12:15. I mean, it just kind of depends. But you get to choose that, and you need to put it in your plan here. You block out the time on the calendar. Here's a couple of quick slides. I'll tell you, if this doesn't make sense to you, that's okay. There's no shame in that. Come and talk to me because, like I said, I use this every day. I'm very good at it. I like Google Calendar. One reason is because you can be very specific. Look at this. Conference room, 5 minutes. That's very specific. I'm starting on September 5th, 2019, so we're going back in time. 9:30 to 9:35. That's all I need, but I've got to have the conference room because I have to be able to use the AirPlay and show my work on the TV for whatever reason. Okay, so you're planning this out here. Excuse me. Let's look over here. You can add guests. So if you want me to be at a planning meeting for whatever reason, you type in my email address and you click send. It sends me the invitation. On the other end, I'll get an email and I can click yes or no or maybe. And then that gives you, the person inviting me, an idea about who's going to be present. So it's very cool. You can be very detailed or not. Oh, the other cool thing is if you cancel something, it can send an email to your guests and just take it off of their calendar. Very cool thing. Again, I use this every minute of the day, and I don't know what I would do without it. So I'm not going to show you here, but you sign in here, same way you sign into your email address, and then you pull up your calendar that way. The conference room. This is upstairs, right past Kim Young, our secretary and registrar. You can't just walk in there. You've got to have an appointment. You've got to have it reserved. Okay? You don't want to interrupt what could be happening in there. There could be a presentation, a pitch. There could be a meeting. There could be, I could be taking a nap. Whatever it is, if you don't have it blocked out, you need to be very, very careful about just barging in. It's good to just check in with Kim there. So to block out some time, you can go to this tiny URL. We're going to have a QR code that'll be on the door. So you can just take a picture of that, and this will pop up, and you just block out the time that you need. Okay. What you can't do, and I don't want to police this, like we've got other things to police. What I don't want you to do is just be a conference room hog and just block out, every day. Don't do that. That's lame. Give everybody a chance. But if you need it, that's what it's there for. So block out some time. Just, I'm saying, be respectful to everyone, because we've got a lot of kids that want to use it. And sometimes I want to use it. Okay, number 3, Clockify. This is important. There's 2 reasons we're using this tool. One, when you are working for an employer, they're paying you for your time. So if you don't turn in your time card, for example, at McDonald's, you're not going to get paid, right? They need to know. They're not trying to be buttheads about it. They actually need to know how much to pay you. So if you don't put your time in, you don't submit your time, they have no idea what to pay you. So it's just easier for them to not. I'm speaking for McDonald's. That was just an example. I don't know what their rules are, but this is going to help you stay on track. So you did your Google Calendar. That's great. That's the plan. Clockify is implementing the plan. So we've got this awesome app that we use. You'll be just clocking in on your Chromebooks, and you can. Let me show you on the next screen. So you can continue with Google and log in that way. I'm not going to do that right here, but this is what the little icon looks like. And you can add it to Chrome. I would highly encourage you to do this. Adding it to Chrome means that right up here, see that? I can click on that and start my clock. Or the other cool thing is I can go out to my Google Calendar, which we already talked about, and it'll have that little icon there, and it says start the timer. Booyah. Pretty slick. Now, assuming you do that, it said if you're going to start your, Monday, August 2nd, from 1 to 2. That's what your calendar says right there. So click on that. This window pops up. It says start timer. And you're signing in. You're putting in the time. You're telling me what time you're working on what area at school. So you're saying it's starting at 9:14 is the clock. It's running now. You select the coursework. Oh, I'm working on my social studies now. This is going to be great. Okay. That's the first reason we're using this. The second reason we're using this tool is the COVID-19 response, right? If somebody, we hope nobody gets sick, but people are going to get sick, right? If somebody gets sick and then 2 days later we find out that little Steven tested positive for coronavirus, wouldn't you like to know if you were, in a group project with Stephen for more than 15 minutes, you were sitting next to him at one of the, you know, one of the different zones that I'll talk about here in a minute. Wouldn't you like to know? We feel like you have a right to know. The health department says you need to know. So that's what we're going to do. That's our effort in contact tracing. Some people have seating assignments. We're not doing that. That would defeat the purpose of what we're trying to do at launch, and celebrating your productivity and projects and coursework and giving you flexibility. That would defeat the whole purpose. Instead, Clockify is going to help us track who was where. It's so important that you are using Clockify. You're going to have this app open all day, every day on your Chromebook. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's expected. It sounds a little tedious at times, but we're trying to make it so it's really easy. All you have to do right here, you started the clock, boom. Excuse me, I need some water. And there's no water right here, and I'm recording. But we're almost done, so hang on. You're got a drop-down box right here that says English, Math, Social Studies, Science, CTE. I don't have them all right here because this is just a picture of what we're doing. You select what you're going to be working on. And then right here, the tag. This is the COVID response. We have zones marked all throughout the building. The areas are labeled. And if I could pop open this drop down, you'll see there's a whole list of areas that you could possibly be studying. And that's fine. No big deal. We just need to know where you are. Because like I said, if something happens and someone gets sick, I need to be able to contact everybody that was near that person after a certain number of minutes. Okay? Doesn't mean you now have COVID. It just means that you could be, and we need to take precautions. So please, please, please use this. This is awesome. If you have questions about it, you can ask me or any of your teachers. We can walk you through this. It's going to take some time to learn, just like the calendar and the conference room and all the other things we're throwing out at you today. But you'll get it, and it's part of being productive here at Launch. That's all I have for you. If you have questions for me, please come ask. Seriously, we want to help you, and we know it's going to be hard to learn all of these different tools, but ultimately, we're preparing you for life, my friends, because guess what? There's a lot of tools out there that you use in your adult life that help you to be successful. And yeah, sometimes it's like, oh, dang, why do I have to do all this stuff? Because you're an adult. Get over it. This will be helpful if you can learn this now, some of these things. So feel free, though, if you've got questions, let me know. Good luck.